Hey, Howard Jacobson here. So you know how sometimes people are just crazy or stupid? They just do the dumbest things, the nuttiest things, and you have no idea why they're doing those things? Well, when we think about it, we realize that people are not crazy or stupid. They're just acting based on their interpretation of reality. And what they're doing, no matter what it is, makes perfect sense to them. And if we were them and if we saw the world the way they did, we would do the exact same thing. So at a certain point, a lot of us come to this understanding that behavior is driven by a set of filters, a set of assumptions, a set of interpretations of reality. And one of the most important aspects of this interpretation of reality that all of us carry around with us is what we believe the most likely future is, or what we believe the only possible future is in some constricted cases. So assumptions about the future are basically our brain stock in trade. So if you think about every moment of the day, we're making little predictions, little assumptions about what will happen next. So that, how can we tell? Because we sometimes get surprised. Sometimes we turn the page and the next page isn't what we expect, or someone says something that throws us. So we know that we're constantly making little predictions about the future and comparing them to what actually happens and either being reinforced or surprised by the results, by the connection between, or the difference between what we expect and what we get. So we don't do this just in the very, very short term, what Daniel Gilbert calls nexting, but we also do it for the longer term. We have assumptions about our default future. And if you see someone who is acting in a way that you would describe as self-sabotage, or they give up, or they aren't committing to something, then chances are pretty good that they're seeing a future in which whatever they're working on isn't going to come to pass. For example, someone gets up in the morning and brushes their teeth every day. They can be pretty confident that at any given day they're going to get up and brush their teeth. So they'll do things to enable this behavior. They will buy toothpaste. They will buy a toothbrush. They will keep their toothpaste and toothbrush next to the sink. And they'll do all sorts of things like that. And as a result, the future involves brushing their teeth. It includes it. And their behaviors, their performance along the way reinforces and supports the likelihood of this outcome. But then you take another behavior, let's say like writing a novel, and you'll see people's behavior signifies that they don't really believe it's going to happen. Maybe they'll go out and they'll buy some paper. They think, I need to draw this out. Maybe they'll buy some 3x5 cards and a container for them to write down little plot twists and character notes. But they don't do the things every day. They might have a little paroxysm of hope. But when it comes to the day-to-day actions, they really don't believe their novel's ever going to get written. And as a result, they don't get up at 6 in the morning and write for 2 hours. They don't read blogs for authors who are published. They don't go and try to find an agent. They don't read works by authors who could influence them in some way. They don't do the things that writers do because they don't believe they're really going to write their novel. So that's all great for dealing with other people, but I want to turn this around to ourselves. So the question I'm going to ask myself, and I invite you to ask yourself, is what does my behavior right now reveal about the future I believe in? What does the actions that I take, what do the actions that I take, what do the consistent daily steps that I take reveal about what I believe is most likely to happen, what I believe is even possible, what I believe is in my destiny, and what I believe is within my capabilities, and what things I believe are within my capabilities and maybe I don't even deserve them. Because those are the really big issues. If we talk about, I'm going to get this done, I'm going to change a habit, the question of belief in the future is really the key to any kind of performance change that I want to make. So if you find yourself, if I find myself stuck on something, instead of just trying to power through it, let's go to the root, the future root, and see what our beliefs are about the future that will happen. And if we find that we really, honestly, truly don't believe we're going to do it, then that's the area that has the highest leverage. That's where we get to try to rewrite our future so that our actions today and our actions tomorrow and our actions ongoing can map out and correspond to the future that we want. That's all for today. Talk to you next time.